Hey everyone, welcome back, and for those that are new to the channel, welcome. To all my new subscribers, thank you for the support, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, tonight's video, I'm going to do something that I'm probably going to regret. I used a soap that I got in my friend Marion's very first giveaway, and that is Gale Lock, or however you say it. A beautiful scent on this one. I don't recall what this is a dupe of. I'll put that in the annotation on the screen as well, what this is. This is the non-methylated version, but I'm in the mood for some menthol tonight. So, and here's the potentially dumb part. I did 5 twists from the chill mill. And this is the original chill mill, so the crystals are fairly big. So 5 twists from the chill mill. And because that's not enough, and I'm apparently a fairly large moron, I did 9 drops of Terrorade. Yeah, 9. As well as the 5 twists of Chill Mill Menthol. So, we have that whipped up beautifully right here in my TSM bowl with the Craving Shaving, this is the tester, with the gel tip Black Badger knot. Now, Charles did a video on this, and I will link that in the description below. It is a very, very soft knot. It is also has very little backbone. And again, because I'm an idiot, cold water. But there's very little backbone in this knot. But it's absolutely, excuse me, I like it. I've never used a standard Black Badger before, so I don't know how that compares. But it is very soft. And already I'm feeling that cold from that menthol. And it feels absolutely fantastic. And today was not a super hot day either. I don't know what the temperature was, but when I walked to the kids to the bus stop this morning, I had to wear a jacket. And then when I got off work at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock tonight and finished my dinner, because my family already eaten, I had to put a jacket on to take the dog for a walk. So it's been chilly. Lather is nice and thin. Hopefully I can have enough there in the knot. Now the razor I'm using is one of my first Chivettes. This is my Dovo. Now this is not my first Dovo. The first one I have is the blue one, the blue aluminum with the plastic handle or scales. The scales broke. I still need to get that fixed. Haven't done that yet. But it's on the list, among many, many other things. So, tonight, if you watched my last video, the pizza shave and the Frankenshave, or Frankenshave Stein challenge, I mentioned as doing a giveaway. But that was not the entry video, it was the announcement video. This is the entry video. So, just so, it's a lot of saying the word so. Anyway, to enter, it's going to be relatively easy. I want to know the nerdiest or geekiest thing that you've ever done. And then finish that with the hashtag NerdsRule. Hashtag NerdsRule in the comments below. Now, this can be anything that you deem geeky or nerdy. I mean, for example, I'm wearing a Salt Lake Comic-Con Fan X. It's no longer Salt Lake Comic-Con because they lost the lawsuit to San Diego. So it's now a Salt Lake Fan Experience. Anyway, I'm a huge nerd. In more ways than one. So for example, one of the geekiest things, or nerdiest things that I have ever done, is I have been to 2 Comic-Cons, whatever you want to call them, That's not the trademark term from San Diego Comic-Con. I've been to 2 Comic-Cons in 2 states in the same weekend. Now here's the kicker. Neither of them was in my home state. See if you can beat that. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how the heck did I go to 2 Comic-Cons in 2 states in the same weekend? Ready for a story? So at the time, one of my best friends was living in Los Angeles, or the LA area. And the year before that, he and I had gone to a Comic-Con in Reno, and we started talking to one of the vendors there. And we became good friends with this vendor, to the point where after the con left, we exchanged information and we were friends on Facebook. We chatted on Facebook Messenger, via email. I have his cell number in my cell phone, and we became good friends over that course of a few days. So we were talking to him because this individual lives in Ohio. And we were talking to him throughout the year, seeing when we could see him again. And we're like, okay, when are you going to come out to another con out here in the West? We'd love to see you again, love to hang out. And there's a con coming in Reno. And he was like, I don't know if I'm going to make Reno's this year. Anything. So we weren't sure if he was going to make it to Reno. So at the same time, same weekend. So there's a spoiler alert. Comic-Con in Reno. And my friend's in LA. Can you guess where that one was? Not LA. Anyway, there's a Comic-Con, or what do they call it? Heroes and Villains Con. It was, it's going to be the inaugural Heroes and Villains Con, which is a Comic-Con ran by Stephen Amell and a couple of guys. Stephen Amell from the Green Arrow, or from the TV series Arrow. So he'd partnered with some guys and was doing this convention. First one was in San Jose. And that was the same weekend. So I was talking to my buddy at the time, my buddy who lived in LA at the time. And we were like, man, I really want to go to this Heroes and Villains. The lineup of people is just absolutely stellar. It had pretty much everyone from the TV show Arrow, a lot of people from the show Flash, and a bunch of other things like that. And we're just like, these are people we want to see. They had Karen Gillan from Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Who, Michael Rooker, and they had some really big names at this con in Reno, or in San Jose. And I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. So I wanted to go, and I think I'd already met Karen Gillan at that point. But I wanted to go to that one to meet Stephen Amell, and they had John Barrowman was there, and I love John Barrowman. So we were like really leaning towards going to that one, and we hadn't heard of our mutual friend was going to be in Reno. So then you were talking to him, and we're like, yeah, we're looking at the guest list for Reno. It's just not that impressive. I mean, their main headliners for Reno were Burt Ward and Adam West. If you don't know who that is, shame on you. That is the TV series Batman and Robin, like the 60s or 70s, whatever that was. That was Batman and Robin. Or the mayor from Family Guy. It was Adam West. But those were the headliners. Those were the big names for Reno. So we were thinking, we don't want to go to Reno. So we were talking to our buddy from Ohio. She'd be like, yeah, the lineup for Reno isn't that great. We don't know if you're coming or not, so we're gonna hit up San Jose. We already got tickets. My friend has a cousin that lives in San Jose. We were all set to go to San Jose. And our buddy Victor comes back. I was like, dang, man. I booked going to Reno because I thought you guys would be there. That's the only reason I'm going to Reno, because I thought you guys would be in attendance. Like, well, crap, man. Like, if you're coming to Reno from Ohio just to see us, we got to go to Reno. So I'd already cashed in some frequent flyer miles to go see with my buddy in LA. As well as I've been to LA more times than I can count, but it's always been for work. I've never been there as a tourist, at least not as an adult. So I wanted to go and do all the touristy things. You know, like see the Chinese theater and the Walk of Fame and the Hollywood sign and all that touristy stuff that I've never done in LA. So we're gonna spend a day doing touristy stuff in LA, and then drive up to San Jose, stay at my friend's cousin's house, and then go to the con in San Jose on Saturday and Sunday. Drive back Sunday night. I was gonna fly home on Monday and go back to work on Tuesday. So I planned to fly out, I think Wednesday or Thursday, to go to Los Angeles. But then my friend from Ohio says, well, you know, I'm basically only going to Reno to see you guys. So then we looked at our schedule and said, you know, the Reno con starts on Friday. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. We don't care about the guests, and we only really wanted to go see our buddy Victor. So what if, instead of being tourists in LA for a day, we drive to Reno and go to this Comic-Con? Or we go to this convention, I guess I should call it. I don't want San Diego to come down on my butt. They don't watch my channel. But, so I ended up talking to him and says, yeah, you know, if we come in, going to Reno, you know, we'd only be there for the day. We'd be there for the first day on Friday, then we'd leave Friday night, drive to San Jose and go to that con on Saturday and Sunday. It's like, that's fine. Just, you know, if you guys want to come in, just come on in. I'll hook you up. So we ended up going, all right, cool. So I flew to LA, stayed at my friend's house that night, woke up super early the next morning, and drove to Reno. I don't recall how many hours in the car it was, but it was not a short drive. So we drove to Reno. And I'm texting Victor as we're getting close, going, hey man, are you tea at this? You know, what hotel you staying in? We'd love to meet you. Because there's a great German restaurant in Reno. And we're asking, hey, you know, let's meet up to go to lunch or something before the con starts. So we can catch up before the con starts, and you know, we can have you just kind of hang out as friends. This is not really cold, surprisingly enough. I'm kind of disappointed. But so, you know, we got close. We got to Reno. He told us what hotel he was in. We parked. We got there. Like, hey, you know, I sent him a text going, hey man, we're here. I'm just parking the car. We were in my friend's car at the time. I can't remember what he was driving. And so we parked the car and go find his hotel. And we get there and he's sitting outside and he's talking to two other individuals. Come to find out, that was his mom and dad. They had flown in from Ohio. They live in the same town, same neighborhood as my friend Victor. But they flew into Reno to surprise him at this convention. So he got to meet his parents and then hang out. And then we took him to, his parents went and hit the casinos. And we took our friend Victor to lunch to the German restaurant. So we're just talking, catching up, and you know, haven't seen him in a year by this point because we saw him in Reno the year before, where they had a phenomenal lineup, but that year's lineup was just really bad. So we were catching up, having dinner at this, or lunch at this phenomenal German restaurant in Reno, and we're talking. He's like, "Hey guys, you know, you've obviously been to the conventions in Salt Lake. You've now been to Reno twice. You're going to San Jose. You all need to come out to the West Coast, or to the East Coast where I live." He said, you know, if you come to London, Ohio, you can stay at my place, and I can hook you up with getting into the con. And my friend at the time did audiovisual work for medical conventions all over the country. So he has frequent flyer miles like you wouldn't believe. I've traveled for work for 13 years, so I have frequent flyer miles like you wouldn't believe. So I looked at my friend Rob, notes back to Victor, and said, dude, Vic, you understand that we travel for a living. We spend majority of our time in airplanes and hotels. We can go anywhere in this world we want based off of miles, right? And he looked me right in the eye and said, I know, that's why I offered. So I said, all right, well, shoot, where should we go then next year? So we ended up going to planning a trip based on my friend's work schedule, because when it's busy convention season, he couldn't get off work very easily. So it made our window of opportunity kind of narrow to go out east to attend a convention. So we looked at the calendar and decided, okay, we can go to either Columbus, where everybody lives, or I think Cleveland had one, which is a 2-hour drive from where he lived, or where my friend lives. So I said, okay, let's double check, but we'll shoot for Columbus. Next year. So then as we're driving to San Jose that evening, I text my wife as we're driving. And says, hey, how do you feel about me going to Columbus, Ohio next year for a Comic-Con? And her response was, what? So she wasn't immediately sold. But I said, hey, we just met up with Victor, and she knew I was meeting up with Victor that day. She knew the weekend plans and how insane we are. So she knew what we were doing. And I said, Victor's invited us to come out to a con out on the East Coast. We could hang out with him and meet his family. And she said, well, I don't know if I want you to go by yourself. What if we made this a family vacation? Yes, please. Family vacation to go to a nerd convention? Absolutely. So we planned that for the next year. So if you're keeping track, I have been to Salt Lake's cons. They used to have 2 a year, then they went to 1 a year, then went back to 2 a year. It's a whole convoluted mess. I went the very first year for like the first 3 years in a row. And then I went to a con in Reno 2 years in a row. I've also been to a con in California in San Jose. We're to 3 states now. And then I've been to a con in Ohio. 4 states. Only one of which I've ever lived in any of these states, but I've been to 4 states. 4 cons. So that is how I have been to 2 Comic-Cons, or conventions. Darn you, San Diego Comic-Con. So 2 cons in 2 states in the same weekend. Yep, I am that nerdy. Now, I'm not expecting your story to be anything that crazy, because if it is, you have my respect. But I want to hear the nerdiest thing that you've done, whether it be con related or going to a movie, or heck, let's even make it shave related. I got a story about that I can tell you next time. But whatever it is, whatever your most nerdy experience is, put that in the comments below with the hashtag NerdsRule. Hashtag Nerds Rule, and let me know. And I'll pick the winner at some point. And I will comment in a video saying, hey, here's how you get a hold of me. Shoot me your shipping information. And just as a reminder before I finish up with this beautiful mess, this is what's up for a giveaway. This is a Craving Shaving faux burl, white and green, with a 26 mil crave knot. I was speaking with one of my good friends, Rick Neiman. He just ordered 2 of those knots. And he said that the crave knot is one of the best synthetic knots he's ever tried. So there you go. From someone else that has tried one. Rick absolutely loves it. Now, when I initially put the cream on, I get a nice burst of cold, but it's not lasting. Kind of disappointed. I thought this would be colder with 5 twists of the chill mill and 9 drops of Terrorade. Man, I need to ante it up a little bit more. It's not cold enough. Last time I used Terrorade, it got dang cold, and it lasted a long time. So I'm not sure what happened here, but ooh, still a really nice shave. Skin doesn't feel that cold, but man, it's a great shave. A little bit right there. We shall call that good for the night. Troubled spots are feeling really good. So we'll call that good with the Dovo. With the green insert and the Persona hair shaper blade. Because that blade is just awesome. That's all I run in my Dovo is the hair shaper. So that was a shave. And that was my story. On how nerdy or geeky, whatever you want to call it, I really am. I look forward to hearing your stories or reading your stories. So, quick reminder of the gear I used. I used Gale Lock from Murphy & McNeil. Again, I don't recall what what the scent is on this, but it's a dupe. It's a cologne and it smells absolutely wonderful. Love this stuff. Murphy & McNeil they put out some really good soaps. I need to get more of theirs. And then I added 5 twists of menthol from Ye Olde Chill Mill from PAA, as well as 9 drops of Terrorade synthetic cooling agent. Maybe the Terrorade kind of canceled out the menthol. I'm gonna try that again. Because last time I used this was dang cold. But not tonight. The brush that I used was the Craving Shaving, this is a tester, with a gel tip Black Badger. Now, if I clean this up, you can bear with me a little bit more. I'll show you what this looks like. All gelled. Plenty of lather left in the brush. It kind of was holding on to it a little bit. It wasn't releasing the lather like I thought it would. But if I really wanted to, I could have squeezed the knot a little bit to get the lather out. Oh well. Still got a really good shave. Super soft knot. Super soft. Sorry for the rainwater. But you can see those gel tips. When I spoke with Charles, when he let me borrow this brush, I even wrung out and squills. Look at that. He doesn't know if he's going to pursue the Black Badger because it is so soft and so floppy with minimal backbone, but who knows? I'm sure he'll be gelling other knots in the future because he knows how to now. The bowl I used was my, can't really see it, but it's a TSB pottery bowl. I love the little thumb handle here. That's just awesome. And then the little brush caddy notch thing. Really cool bowl. Anyway, that was a shave. I look forward to hearing your nerdy moments in the comments below. And again, let's take a look at this beautiful brush, shall we? Because we can. Craving Shaving. Thank you, Charles, for donating this to the giveaway. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but Charles did donate this to the giveaway. Thank you very much, Charles. Full burl, green and white with a 26 mil Craving knot. And this is coming brand new. I haven't used it, although I really wanted to. I won't use it. The new owner will get this brand new, boxed up, sent anywhere in the world, as long as the post office in your country can deliver mail to your residence or wherever you get your mail delivered. So that's it for the shave, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. If you're still here at the dang near 26-minute mark, thank you for sticking with me for this long. And also thank you again for your support. I look forward to catching you guys a little bit later on in the next video. Sorry, I'm back. Forgot to mention, I am finishing everything off with witch hazel, and because that was not cold enough, PAA's mentally star jelly, because this stuff is fantastic. So, what you do, I normally don't do my finishing off this stuff off on camera. I normally do it off camera because my videos are long, especially when I ramble like that. But when I have a good story to tell, ooh, I can go off. Anyway, star jelly. A little less than a full squirt. You don't need a whole lot more, especially when you have a goatee. But man, this just feels really nice on the skin. I love the cooling this provides. So there we go. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your support, and I will catch you all in a later video.